Hi there again. This is Ken Heron, and I'm talking to you from my back porch. You might hear the rain because it's raining out here, and it's a little cooler, you might notice, because the fans are not turning. But something I've come across is just so strongly on my mind, I don't want to wait to talk to you about it. I was wondering if the president could possibly put our country under martial law and take over himself the way Hitler did in Germany. Just assume leadership and not give anybody a chance to elect anybody else or not have another election. And I was wondering, could that possibly happen in America? Well, the first thing I came across was this document, which is the Defense Production Act of 1950 as amended. Now, this was amended on September the 30th, 2009, which is just after President Obama's last election, after he was reelected to serve another time. The amendments don't change it a whole lot, apparently, but they do make a few changes. What this is, the Defense Production Act, was when we started into the Korean War, the Congress passed this bill that gave the president the authority to require companies to manufacture certain needed war materials. And that's what this one was about. Now, the frightening one is a different one. It's this one. And it's entitled the Executive Order 13603 of March the 16th, 2012, and it's entitled the National Defense Resources Preparedness. Now, this is really frightening. It doesn't mention Congress. The Defense Production Act required the approval of Congress. This document, which is an executive order, which has the same, as far as I know, has the same power as an act passed by Congress. But he refers to the Defense Production Act of 1950 as if he is just simply clarifying it. But let me list some of the things that he says in clarification. In Part 1, Section 102, it says that these things that follow can be done in peacetime and in times of national emergency. Doesn't matter. We don't have to be attacked by somebody else in order for this to come into effect. The Secretary in Section 201 B, it says the Secretary of each agency delegated authority under subsection A of this section shall plan for and issue regulations to prioritize and allocate resources and establish standards and procedures by which the authority shall be used to promote the national defense under both emergency and non-emergency conditions. In Section 202, it says that the Secretary of Defense is responsible for chemical and biological weapons. I didn't know we allowed ourselves to have any of those. In Section 302, in Section 303, it says that each one of the secretaries that is a part of this can require or has the authority to nationalize any manufacturing facility that it chooses. Any private plant, any private manufacturing facility can be taken over by the government and operated by the government in order to produce whatever the president thinks is necessary. And the amount of payment that this is to be given, the head of each agency engaged in procurement for the national defense is delegated the authority of the President under Section 303C to make subsidy payments after consultation with the Secretary of Treasury and the Director of OMB. Nothing to do with the man who owns the plant and wants to sell it. They decide how much they're going to pay for it, and that's what they pay, and you can't do anything about it. In Section 308, a private industry plant, the government can install equipment in your plant, in your manufacturing company, and later force you to pay for the equipment. And I had a timer, but it's going over. Then the real odd thing is that people-wise, they're going to organize a National Defense Executive Reserve. People can be made to serve in whatever place the government wants them as private executives. And it says in Section 502, to employ persons of outstanding experience and ability without compensation. Going to make you work without being paid. They have that authority. And then under Section 601(2), they're going to put the draft back in, and it's going to be up to the Director of Selective Service and the Secretary of Defense to put in the draft to make anyone they choose serve in the armed forces. That is the most scary thing that I've come across in any government regulation. And I have given you the places that you can look these up on the internet and pull them up and print them out for yourself and see them. The President simply, if the government were to shut down October the 1st for any reason, the President can declare a national emergency and put this into effect, and he has got the sole authority. Congress is not involved in any of this. There's nothing that anybody can do. This is frightening. We know nothing about this man that's our president. He can't make a speech that he writes. He can't make a speech just standing and talking like the rest of us can, like I'm doing to you right now. He can't do that. He has to have it written on a teleprompter. He's not the smartest guy in the world. But he and his backers have figured out a way to take over our country if we are not very careful. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America and protect us from this act and this executive order that he has put out.